I took a job working in basically golf course construction, something that I hadn't dealt with before. Everything that I had been doing was not related to really the construction industry. I moved into a role where I was capable of doing everything, so it was more of a what needed to be done that day, but it was everything from running a shovel to driving a dump truck, running an excavator, running a bulldozer. We started that morning running a ditch from a pond that we had dug the previous summer. Everything started off according to plan before coffee break, and came back from coffee break and went back to work, and within 10 minutes the accident occurred.
Well, young workers are put into situations that I believe they don't fully understand the risks. Young workers show up on the job, first day, second day, 2 weeks into it. They want to prove to you that they're a good worker. They don't understand the risks or involved in the tasks that they're going to be doing. They jump in eagerly to get the job done. And also the employers sometimes put them into a situation that is at high risk without realizing the worker doesn't understand what's involved in that task.
During that day, I had been using the laser level, working with a fellow who was in the machine in front of me, and we'd been working together all day. There was a couple of other employees that had been working, bringing pipe over, and our boss was there. He was supervising, just making sure everything was going according to plan. And we all basically noticed at the same time that there was the one side of the bank looked a little bit unsteady. So I was actually in the process of getting out of the trench. Without even seeing it, the whole wall of the trench just came down. It was a few feet above me, and because I had my back turned, it basically got me on the back and the side, my right side, and the impact pushed me up against the other side of the trench and pinned me there. The guy who was running the machine, he took out 2 or 3 bucket loads right beside me, because it had me buried up to about my chest. I actually started to go blind. I was asking my boss was above me. He had actually given me mouth to mouth to bring me out of it, and he started to fade away on me, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. I was asking him, why can't I see? Why can't I see?
The very first thing that you want to do is make sure that they're trained, and to make sure that they understand what's expected of them in the workplace. The way that you can make that happen is to provide them with the proper training, the proper instruction, and then supervise them and make sure that what you're looking for is being carried out.
I was in induced coma for 10 days or 12 days, so I didn't even know what was going on really until a couple of weeks down the road. Meanwhile, everyone else, my family and everybody had been, through so much. The major injury was my pelvis. My pelvis was fractured in 6 different spots, and a couple of them were pretty serious, with bones breaking off and spinning around, and them having to go and basically retrieve them and put them back in their place. First time I remember seeing my dad, I woke up in CCU, critical care, and I thought, everything was okay, and I did, because of the numbness from the injury, everything, I didn't have a lot of pain. I just, when am I getting out of this place kind of thing? And my dad came and saw me, and he just basically broke down. Yeah, it was pretty tough on him, right? So my fiance had kept a diary, and about 2 months down the road, I read through the diary, and it was the first 2 weeks that I was in the hospital. I couldn't even get through it because you know, just seeing what she had gone through. It's pretty tough.
The people who work on a work site together, there's a tremendous kinship that's put together. So people get to know one another, they start to socialize with one another, and when somebody gets injured on the site, it can have such a huge negative impact on the other people that are working there.
It's been quite a price. I mean, it's been 9 months. It's been a long, very long 9 months. I still have time to go. I'm still walking with a crutch, and sometimes to try my best to walk without any, but you know, it all depends on how my body feels that day. And I know that I would never put myself in that situation again. And I'm pretty confident that my employer wouldn't put someone in that situation again, because it's now had a huge impact on his life.